The Tennessee Vols are heading into the bye week at 6-1 after a massive comeback win over Alabama on the third Saturday in October. And today we're going to talk about what we learned about the DNA of this football program with Josh Heupel at the helm in that football game. Hey, it's Lucas Panzica from 104.5 The Zone and A to Z Sports. Look, things were dreadful on offense in the first half for Tennessee. Nico Iamaleava was missing on open receivers. Receivers were dropping the football. Dylan Sampson fumbling on the opening possession where Tennessee looked like it had some momentum, and there was a 0 on the scoreboard going into halftime, down 7-0 against Alabama, but it could have been a lot worse, and it certainly felt like a lot worse than a one-possession game. And then how did Tennessee respond coming out of the locker room at halftime? They were calm, cool, and collected. They just kept swinging, and they ended up taking advantage of the plays that were there in the first half, but they executed them in the second half. If Tennessee fans are being honest with themselves, there was probably a feeling of, here we go again, same old Vols, falling short in a big moment at halftime in that game against Alabama, but that's not how Tennessee responded coming out of the locker room. How many Tennessee teams in the last 10 to 15 years, whether it be coached by Derek Dooley, Butch Jones, or Jeremy Pruitt, would have folded in that moment, would not have had the fortitude to come out and just keep swinging and finding a way to win? The answer is a lot of them. And I think Tennessee proved to us on Saturday why it is just wired differently with Josh Heupel at the helm. Now, offensive issues in the first half were concerning, and they certainly were against Arkansas in that loss and against Florida in a game where you just had to survive by the skin of your teeth. But big picture, offense is not necessarily a big concern in the Josh Heupel era. It's always going to be a strength. Quarterback development is always going to be a key. And yes, Nico Iamaleava has to be better in the first half, and he'll continue to build as a young quarterback at only 20 years old. But the point is, Josh Heupel has evolved this program and himself as a head coach to the point where he is finding ways to win football games, where he has built out a defense that is one of the most elite in all of college football, where he has built a rushing attack that truly is the backbone of this offense. The explosive plays have not been there as much as Tennessee fans got accustomed to in that electric 2022 season. But it's more important for a program to have different weapons, different ways to win in their arsenal, and be able to respond when things aren't going well. If Tennessee was only good at scoring on big plays, it would be very easy to take advantage of the Vols when those big plays aren't going their way. But the fact that the offense was not clicking in that first half to that extent, and they still came out and found a way to win, says a lot about the DNA of this football program, and it's very different from a lot of the Tennessee teams that we have seen since the Vols began their downturn under Derek Dooley in the post-Philip Fulmer era. Now, Tennessee's got to continue to find ways to win, but the path to the 12-team college football playoff has been repaved, with Georgia still standing in the way, but the Vols are going to have every opportunity to finish the season as a part of that 12-team playoff, in large part, not just because of the explosive offense, but because they have found a way to win, and because of the way that Josh Heupel has wired the DNA of this football program into a contending football program in the SEC.